In continuation with the previous video, based on the laws, based on the basic concepts of chemistry chapter. So we shall have the next topic, laws of chemical combinations. Laws of chemical combinations. In this, we have various laws which are covering the chemical reactions or physical changes, etc. The first one is law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. Suppose you consider a reaction in which there is a physical or chemical change that is produced during the process or reaction, then we have this law of conservation of mass. This has been proposed by Lavoisier. The statement of this law of conservation of mass is like this. During physical or chemical change, the total mass of the product, products is same as the total mass of the reactants. So we can explain by taking so many examples. First we shall consider this during physical or chemical change. Whether the reaction is physical or chemical, no problem. Then the total mass of the products is same as the total mass of the reactants. Suppose I take this hydrogen plus oxygen giving rise to H2O. If you write the balanced equation, it is 2H2 plus O2 giving rise to 2H2O. When you take the masses of the hydrogen and oxygen combined, it is 4 grams of hydrogen because 2 into 2, molecular mass of hydrogen is 2. Then molecular mass of oxygen is 16, atomic mass is 16, molecular mass is 32. Therefore, when 4 grams of hydrogen combines with 32 grams of oxygen, the total mass of the products must be equal to 2 into 18, that is equal to 36 grams. Okay. If the amount of hydrogen and oxygen taken is less, then accordingly we can write this one. Say for example, I am taking 2 grams of hydrogen, but I am taking 20 grams of oxygen. But still they combine in the same ratio, that is 4:32 means 2:16. Out of this, the mass of the oxygen combining will be 16 grams. The remaining will be 4 grams. The water produced will be, it is 18 grams. Okay, so 2 grams plus 16 grams will give rise to 18 grams. The remaining mass of the oxygen will be 4 grams. The total mass of the reactant is 2 plus 20, that is 22. The total mass of the product is 18 grams of water plus 4 grams of unreacted oxygen. Therefore, it is again 22. If the masses are taken in the same ratio, then they will give completely the product. Otherwise, the total mass of the reactant is 22 grams. The total mass of the products and unreacted substance will be 22 grams. Similarly, if you take this carbon plus hydrogen giving rise to methane, then if you take the balanced equation, 4 grams of hydrogen will react with 12 grams of carbon giving rise to 16 grams of methane. Suppose you take any one less or more, then automatically, proportionally we will get the product and some unreacted substance. Suppose I take this CaCO3, calcium carbonate. It decomposes to give rise to calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Suppose I start with 100 grams of calcium carbonate, it will give rise to 56 grams of calcium oxide 44 grams of carbon dioxide. If I take less amount of this one, then say if you say for example 10 grams, accordingly 5.6 grams of calcium oxide, 4.4 grams of carbon dioxide. Total mass of the reactant is 10 grams and total mass of the product is also 10 grams. So according to this law of conservation of mass, whether it is a physical or chemical change, the total mass of the products must be same as the total mass of the reactants. The next law that we study is law of definite proportions. Law of definite proportions. Suppose you consider a substance or a compound. It always contains the same elements combined in a definite ratio by mass. So we can write the statement: a compound contains same elements combined in a definite ratio by mass. Definite ratio by mass. This law has been proposed by Proust. A compound contains same elements combined in a definite ratio by mass, irrespective of its source. That means by whatever method we have that compound, then we will have the same elements combined in the ratio by mass, a definite one. It is also called as the law of fixed composition or definite composition. Suppose I take this carbon dioxide. It can be obtained by the decomposition of calcium carbonate. Along with calcium oxide, it is carbon dioxide also produced. We can directly combine carbon and oxygen to get this carbon dioxide. Similarly, when a bicarbonate or carbonate, like sodium bicarbonate, when it is treated with HCl, it also liberates carbon dioxide. So, by whichever method you prepare this carbon dioxide, it contains the same elements, carbon and oxygen, combined in the ratio 12:32. That is, if you divide by 4, it will be 3:8. This is a simple and definite ratio. So whether you prepare carbon dioxide by this method or this method or this method or whatever the method that you get, it contains the same elements, carbon and oxygen, combined in the same ratio 3:8 by mass. Suppose I take this methane, CH4. It always contains carbon and hydrogen combined in the ratio 12:4 or it is 3:1 by mass. Suppose you take 12 grams of carbon, it will be 4 grams of hydrogen. If it is 12 kg of carbon, it is 4 kg of hydrogen. So, the ratio of the masses of the carbon and hydrogen combining to form methane is in a fixed ratio. Suppose I take this H2O. Whether you prepare this water or you get from the natural source, still it contains hydrogen and oxygen combined in the ratio 2:16 or 1:8 by mass. So that is, whatever may be the method to prepare, irrespective of its source, a compound contains the same elements combined in a definite ratio by mass. So that is law of definite proportions. Then we have the third law, law of multiple proportions. Okay, this has been stated by John Dalton. John Dalton. When you consider this statement for the law of multiple proportions, you have to take two or more elements. When two or more elements or two elements combine form two or more compounds. Two or more compounds, then the masses of one element combining with fixed mass of another element. Combining with fixed mass of another element bear a simple ratio. So when you take two elements combining to form two or more compounds, then the masses of one element combining with the fixed mass of another element bear a simple ratio. Suppose I take this carbon and oxygen. We have two compounds formed by this carbon and oxygen. One is carbon monoxide and another carbon dioxide. The ratio of the masses of the carbon and oxygen in these, we can write 12 grams to 16 grams. In this case, it is 12 grams to 32 grams because one molecule of carbon dioxide contains two oxygen atoms. If you fix the mass of this carbon 12 grams and 12 grams, then the ratio of the masses of the oxygen are in the ratio of 16 to 32. So if you simplify, it is 1:32.